Hi there, it's Murray from the Dobblers, and today we're going to be having a little bit of a look and a discussion about keyword mechanics in Universus. Now, I know the last two mechanics previewed by Universus have some very similar roots to Magic the Gathering. If you look at Blitz basically being an enter the battlefield effect for when we first play with attack, and Ruin being very similar to another massive monster ability in the form of the Eldrazi's and Annihilator. So I actually had a bit of a conversation with Bill about this, and he assured us not to worry, we have some cracking, unique, exclusive to Universus mechanics to look forward to in the future, and I've actually been able to show off a couple in this video. I think there's 5 in total, and we've got to see some cards alongside it. So kicking us off, we have Bishop's Touch, a 2/4 action with the spell keyword, which gives us first in hand, remove our non-throw, non-breakthrough attack, gets +3 speed, -2 damage, and gains Lifesteal, and cannot gain any other abilities. Luckily here we've got the reminder text for what Lifesteal does. It's enhance, if this attack deals damage, you gain life equal to the amount of damage dealt. Only one instance of this keyword can be played per enhanced step. So this seems amazing, this seems really strong, especially just for a basic E. It's truly unique, like something we've never seen before. It's probably a good thing it doesn't share symbols with Wound Restore, but it is on one recovery girl symbol, so hopefully this releases after she's rotated. Moving on, we have Brace Yourself. So this is an attack that has Lifesteal, and it's also showing us what Breakthrough does. So it's a 5 difficulty, too high for 5. It doesn't have any other abilities, just these 2 keywords and the weapon keyword. Breakthrough, so if this attack is completely blocked, it deals damage equal to its damage minus your rival's block modifier in the damage step. This cannot reduce your rival below 1. Okay, so even when you're attacking and it's blocked, you're still getting damage through. A bit similar to throw, but it's as though you're going over the thing that's defending you. It's like you're piercing through it somehow. Truly innovative design. This actually seems pretty good, especially for, I think this is a common, or maybe an uncommon. Like guaranteeing some damage, because people don't use bad block modifiers. Oh, we've got another breakthrough card here, looks like a UR. It's 6 difficulty, 1 mid for 8, and checks a 2. But it is able to increase its own damage by 5, though a rival could stun themselves to cancel it. It's probably fair, like, even if your opponent's got like a +5 block modifier, so if they're blocking with a copy of Colossal Swing, you're still guaranteeing at least 2 damage through, and that's before you consider your own buffs. And we have Enhance, discard a card, draw a card. Only playable if we played at least one other attack this turn. So a little bit of card filtering is fine. This artwork's amazing, by the way. Yeah, Breakthrough seems pretty good. Up next we have a totally new keyword. We've got Malicious Dive, which is shown off the Airborne keyword. So what's Airborne doing? Attacks with Airborne can only be blocked by cards with Airborne or ranged. These blocks count as completely blocked regardless of block zone. Okay, so it's like something's flying towards you and you shoot a fireball at it. It can't really defend itself in the sky, so you're just completely nullifying that attack near enough. And this makes sense, like, we've seen characters in the past that may have had wings that are able to do like diving attacks, but they always just come in as high. If you're truly flying above someone, it should be difficult for them to block you with a high kick. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this mechanic. It's quite interesting to see some evasion in this game. The card itself's reasonably statted. It's a 4 difficulty 2 damage attack, but it's a 4 damage attack if your opponent doesn't block it. So yeah, I wonder why it still has an attack zone. Maybe I guess it's in case something makes it lose the Airborne keyword. But yeah, Interesting mechanic. Alright, okay, we have like a common asset that has the Airborne keyword. So it can appear in things that aren't just attacks. I guess this is so you're able to block with the cards, even though it itself won't have evasion because it's not an attack. 1 difficulty 5 check, has the tech keyword. That makes sense, he's literally using mechanical wings. Enhance, remove, spend a momentum. Your 4 difficulty or less attack gets +2 speed and gains Airborne. Wow, and it's got infinity. So this must be the way they really want to push this mechanic. They'll just, every deck can play this. It means that every deck has answers to Airborne, while also being able to have a bit of Airborne themselves. Wonder if this makes Mimic too good. Up next we have a pair of cards that I've been told to show off at the same time. We have 2 foundations with the same mechanic, in Rakdos Signet and Demir Signet. I hope I'm pronouncing those names correctly. The both of them are 2/5 foundations that are unique with a +3 mid block and have this new mechanic, Rush. So Rush is a response. Add the top card of your deck to your card pool. After you play this foundation, build it. Only playable if you have 2 or more foundations in your stage. Okay, so you're getting to drop this into play instantly. As soon as you play it, as long as you've built at least 2 foundations. So for the old heads, I'm thinking like Folktale Storyteller. Sure, I'm going to clog myself one, but I'm instantly getting that foundation to offset it. It's going to be great against Breaker. So looking at the actual ability on Rakdos Signet, we have Enhance, twice per turn, lose 1 health. This attack gets +1 speed, +1 damage. If this foundation was built this turn, gain an additional 2 damage. That's nuts. Like, that's crazy good, right? You play this, like, you built turn 1, turn 2 you go Rakdos Signet, build it, clog yourself 1 progressive. On your next 2 attacks to get +1 speed, +3 damage. And then after you've done that, like, you could just play another Rakdos Signet on like a 5 and build it in. You can legend a unique rule the old one out. Don't know why I was thinking legendary there. And you'd be able to do this again. Like, that's really cool. How about Demir? Demir, enhance your turn twice per turn. So I wonder if twice per turn is going to be a theme with these cards. Your rival mills 2 cards. If both were non-attacks, draw 1 card. Okay, so your deck wise, you're probably playing about like 33% attacks. So this should have a good hit rate, but you won't be able to count on it. If this foundation was built this turn, remove those cards from the game. That could be devastating, albeit it's only 4 cards that you get to remove from using this twice in the turn it was built. But that could be pretty crippling. Could you imagine hitting someone's like wind restores from this? Do you know what? These cards are really interesting. In fact, they've got 2 symbols each as well. It makes me wonder if they're part of a larger cycle. I don't know, maybe like 10 different versions. And on to our last mechanic that's getting shown off in this video. We have another response in Duo Impact. So Duo Impact is after the damage step of this attack, return to the block step. If this attack dealt damage in either of its damage steps, it can go into momentum in the end phase. Okay, so the way it's triggering is the attacks coming in this case it's 5 mid 1, you go block step, do you block it or not, damage step. Once that damage step completes, you go back to the block step, and then it comes through again. That looks a bit wordy. I wonder if we can get like a... I'll see if I've got a fuller version of the rule so we can post it up in this video. But the way I'm thinking of it is you get 1 enhanced step, but the attack gets to resolve its damage twice. So what's Rot Instance doing? We've got a 4 difficulty 5 mid 1 spell, checks are free, response if it's not fully blocked, name a non-attack card and remove all copies of the named card from your rival's discard pile. This is crazy good, right? This like might make mill a viable strategy again. Especially like, if you think of it, best case scenario, this gets to remove 8 cards from your rival's discard pile. If all dual impact is going to be this impactful, no pun intended, I think it's going to be a strong mechanic going forward. And finishing this off, we have a UR with dual impact. It's a 3 difficulty, 2 mid for 2, checks a 3, it's got flash, response after this attack deals damage, your attacks get +1 damage for the rest of the turn. And it also has deadlock. The games went long, you get to draw extra resources because your opponent's deadlock. But, so, if you play this, like, it's a bit awkward, right? Because you want to play this as your first card of the turn, because you want this static bonus going forward. But that's when it's most likely to be blocked. And it's also, you're playing a 3 difficulty attack when you should really be playing your higher difficulty cards. But if it goes off and it's not like completely blocked both times, it's what, 3 mid 2, 3 difficulty 2 mid 2. It hits the first time, the dual copy is going to be 2 mid 3, and then if that connects, all your attacks are getting 2 damage for the rest of the turn. This could be a bit crazy. Also, I don't know why, but when I look at this character in the artwork, my mind definitely thinks like earth, fire and water. But yeah, like, these mechanics seem nuts. We only had time today to go over 5 of the new mechanics that might be coming in the future, but they definitely seem a bit magical. I'll need to see if maybe we'll be allowed to dive back into this design diary and have a look at other mechanics that could come in the future, that could be seen somewhere down the line. But yeah, if you like this video, let us know, and maybe we'll see if we can do some more. I'm assuming at some point I will have flashed a disclaimer that this is a piss take. But if not, it's a piss take. Way.